you own a home or have plans to in the future? Or are you upside down in your mortgage and need help? Tune in right now to the Call Toni Real Estate Radio Show with Toni Patillo and her co-host Carla Dennis. This is where you come to learn about buying real estate. Here's Toni.
Hello, Los Angelinos. I'm your host, Toni Patillo, and you're listening to Call Toni Real Estate Radio on KTLK AM 1150. I'm here with my co-host, Carla Dennis. Thanks for being with us, Richelle.
Thank you for having me, Toni.
It's been a while.
And Carla.
Oh, yes.
Tell us what a home stager does and tell us the definition of home staging.
A home stager, I believe the position, the job, the duty is to make sure that the property is merchandised, just like any other product. Mm-hmm. When you sell a property or you sell a product, you merchandise a property so it stands out amongst all the others on the shelf. And that's what I do. Okay. I make sure I go in and I make sure the property is depersonalized. The way you live in the home and the way you sell the home is totally different. I make sure the home is depersonalized and that it appeals to the fast amount of buyers in the quickest amount of time.
So tell us what that means, depersonalized.
Well, let me give you an example. You have pictures all over the house or in the walls. You have wedding photos and different things that are very personal to that person. When you depersonalize the house, it becomes a property. It becomes a product. So you walk into the bedroom without any problems. You don't feel like someone else lives in the property. You don't feel like you're stepping on anyone's toes or in anyone's space. That space becomes available to you. And buyers buy by emotions.
Right.
When your buyer walks in, you want that buyer to feel moved. You want them to feel that space will fit them, their lifestyles, and their family. And so depersonalizing is very important.
What are the things that they might look for when they're looking for a great stager?
I think you should look for someone who's been in the industry for a few years or more as well. Because staging, it is for real estate.
Yeah.
So not only can you just be creative, but you also have to be smart and professional about it.
And you're licensed, aren't you?
And I'm licensed,
Yeah,
yes.
you're licensed.
I understand the magnitude of a buyer's impression. I understand the transaction. I understand the sense of urgency behind getting the property ready and raring to go for, let's say, the open house is coming up, brokers open. Also, as far as staging goes, you also have to have someone who understands the demographic of the areas around Los Angeles and the properties. Not every stager understands that you should stage according to the style of the property. That's very important. It's very important. That way the property sells or looks its top the best.
Yeah.
Little or no money will cause a buyer to put in an offer and knock it down $10,000 a pop. I myself am a stager, and I looked at all the artifacts the guy had as if that was for sale and not the property.
What we didn't announce here is that Richelle is our most recent expert contributor on the show. So welcome to Call Toni Real Estate Radio. We're really, really happy to have you as part of the team.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? We're going to have you come back. We're going to wrap up the show today, but I really appreciate your time, your excellence, your expertise.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited.
You're
this is
welcome.
Awesome.
Again, we want to remind you that we're here every Saturday at 3 p.m. on Call Toni Real Estate Radio, KTLK AM 1150, where we are committed to bringing you tools for positive change. If you tuned in late and you'd like to go back and listen to the full show, please go to calltoni.com. That's calltoni with an I.com. And click on the prior show's link. You can always reach out to our off-air number at 888-309-9797. That's 888-309-9797. We want to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and friend us on Facebook. And we want you to have a magical, magical weekend. Thanks again for tuning in.